What's going on, guys? Rich again, back at it with my third watch video. In front of you guys is my Yema Superman GMT watch. This one is a limited edition watch. Only 100 pieces were made with this colorway because there are other two colorways with this watch. There's a Pepsi, which is the red and blue, and there's the Coke, which is the red and black, and this one is the blue and gray bezel colorway. So again, 100 pieces were made on each colorway. This one came from this Yema Superman Heritage line, so it's like a reissue. The only difference is that they added a GMT functionality to it, or that fourth hand on the dial. For me, it's very usable, the GMT function. That's why I really love this watch. I do live in Germany and my family lives in Singapore and in the Philippines. So if I need to call the Philippines, or Singapore, if I need to call my sister or my mom, I can actually check Singapore time and using the GMT hand to tell whether they're home or are they still at work. So for example, in Germany, it's 10:11 right now. In Singapore, if you look at the GMT hand, it points at 17, which is 5 p.m. So it's 5:11 in Singapore or 17:11 in Singapore. So the functionality of the GMT is very usable. Also, we do have the date window right there. Today is January 1, so Happy New Year if you guys are watching this video today. If not, hopefully you guys are having a great day. Let's go to the design of the watch. So Yema is known, or this is their design signature, which is this locking pin or locking mechanism at the 3-hour mark. So the pin secures that the bezel, or ensures that the bezel won't move or won't turn. So it's like a pin or a locking mechanism right there. To be honest with you guys, the functionality of this pin is not too practical if you're an avid diver, because the reason why is, in order to turn the bezel, if you need to time yourself, you need to unscrew the crown. And then once the crown is unscrewed, the locking pin loosens up, so you can turn the bezel now. Then example, you're timing your dive, you point the triangle mark on the minute hand, and then you have to lock or screw the bezel again to make sure that your water resistant is still good, which is 990 feet, or translates to 300 meters. And then you get your 15-minute timer right there. So again, practicality, not too ideal for divers. I do love it because I love the design and the uniqueness of it. But again, if you're going diving, timing yourself, I would wear a regular dive watch. So because of that aspect that you have to to unscrew the crown, turn the bezel, then lock it again in place. That's the thing that I'm not a big fan of, the usability. So let's go with the diameter of the watch, or the measurement of the watch. The watch measures, the case diameter measures 39 millimeter. Then the lug-to-lug height of this watch is 47 millimeter. The thickness of the watch is 13 millimeter. However, the dome sapphire crystal measures about 2.6 millimeters, so it adds quite a bit on the thickness of the watch. So technically, from the bezel to the case back of the watch, it should measure about 10.4 millimeter only. So it wears thinner compared to your regular 13 millimeter watches. But this dome sapphire crystal, though, it gives that watch that super classic look to it. I really respect that Yema tried to keep the watch all original, the proportion, dimension of the case, and this dome sapphire crystal, having it domed. It's just super cool, man. I like how it reflects, how it changes the dial to the look of the dial. If you guys notice, France written in there, should be just one France, but because of the dome sapphire crystal, now it's you get two France right there. Boom. Yeah, by the way, Yema is a French brand, so it's not like your typical Swiss-made watch. This one is actually French-made, so it's a cool factor about this watch. Let's look at the case back, guys, real quick. So as you guys can see, my watch is number 69 out of 100, and it says Edition Limited. Pardon my French. Yeah. Superman GMT Sapphire 30 bar. Super cool. Then you get that beautiful Yema crest on the back of the watch. Okay, let's look at the bracelet. So the bracelet, like the watch, is pretty thin. But what I do like most about this bracelet is that, you know, you get the Patek Nautilus integrated design on the bracelet. But what I really love about this bracelet is that taper. You get that drastic taper on the bracelet. If you guys notice, the lug width of this bracelet is 19 millimeter. Then it tapers down, I would say maybe 15 to 14, maybe 16 millimeter. So you get that beautiful taper. So because of that taper and the thinness of the bracelet, this watch wears very comfortably in the wrist. Doesn't pull here, and it's not like your typical box, you know, like other brands bracelet. This one actually wears very comfortable because of the thinness and the taper in the watch. Another thing is this diverse extension. So again, respect to Yema for keeping it original, and you know, even though it's a GMT watch, which can be, because you know you get that 990 feet or 300 meter water resistant on the watch, they kept it true. Still had that, you know, still have that diverse extension. So if you guys are wearing your dive suit, you don't need to resize your watch. You just, you know, unlock the diving extension, then you can wear your watch and go diving. So cool factor, pretty cool. By the way, inside the watch is an ETA movement, which is a 2893-2. Very reliable GMT movements. You guys know a lot of other watch brands use this. 21 joules with 42 hour power reserve. Let's do a quick wrist roll so you guys will have an idea how it looks like on the wrist. By the way, my wrist measures 6¼ inch. So this is how it looks like on a 6¼ inch wrist. I like those end links. So this end links, this design keeps the watch in place. So when you shake your wrist, it doesn't really move because of the end link design on the bracelet. So that's how it looks like, guys. From class to the watch. And I love how the bezel reflects on the light, or the light reflects on the bezel. I really do dig that, especially on the gray part. By the way, if you guys notice, most GMT watches has two-tone colorways, right? Because the top section tells that it's night and the bottom part is the day. So that's the reason why the GMT watches, most GMT watches at least, you know, has two tones. By the way, just remembered this. So this watch, the bezel has lume too. So let me turn off the lights real quick so you guys will have an idea how it looks like when it's dark. Yeah, the Yema added that lume on the bezel insert, and the indices of course are lumed as well. But let me show you guys. Let me turn off the lights so you guys will have an idea how it looks like. Oh man, I love that super luminova color to it. And yeah, it's just super cool that they added that to the bezel insert. I think the usability of it, you know, when you're, example, you're in the plane, you're traveling, lights are off, then boom, you look at your watch, you can tell the time. Super cool. Let me turn on the lights again. Boom. Again, I love this watch. I think I'm gonna keep it as well. So if you guys are researching about this watch, hopefully you find this video helpful. And if you like the video, please click that like button. If you have any comments about the review, you know, whether it's good or bad, please write it down below. And hopefully you guys will subscribe to my channel and help my channel grow. Again, thank you. Happy New Year. Have a good one. Thank you guys. Bye.